what's going on, beautiful people? I am Ahava, and this is Affirmations with Ahava. I noticed that in my videos, I really didn't introduce myself at all. I was just like excited and just going off the top. So let me bring it back and thank you for subscribing, welcoming you to this channel, Affirmations with Ahava. I am Ahava Aura, and I am so grateful to have you here with me, just sitting and talking. And today, I wanted to talk about just being in connection and one with nature. I decided to take me a little walk, and I took a different route. I always want to do something different, just knock away the normalcy of everything because that could get a little boring and predictable. And I don't like predictable stuff all the time. I like to know my money predictable. I like to know that, loyalty is predictable, but we know how that is. But as far as days and things happening throughout the day, I don't really want that to be too predictable because I'll get bored. I'm sure you probably would too. If you knew what was going to go, okay, focus, let me dial it back. Okay, so I decided to take a different route. And so I walked to, my normal spot and just sat, took off my shoes, my socks, and just found me a nice little tree and connected. And I decided to listen to some guided meditation. And I noticed how tense I was feeling when I began to do the breathing portion of it. I felt the tension in my abdomen, like, dang, why is my stomach feeling all, and I noticed that I didn't feel safe. I didn't really feel secure in that moment. And was it because of that moment, or was it something that I needed to pay attention to? And I realized it was something I needed to dial into on myself, to notice, to understand that there's some insecurities there. There are some things that still need a little adjustment, still need a little help. And I'm telling you, I am enjoying this journey of discovering me, all of my flaws, things that I just thought was, something for me to do, that everybody did it. And, it's not. Because one thing I understand, that comparison is a thief of joy. And I ain't trying to compare myself to nobody but me yesterday. Trying to make sure I'm better than what I was yesterday, and putting forth a good representation for tomorrow. But I'm always focusing on this moment. At least I try with all of me. Try to focus in on the present moment where I am now, because I understand that's all that matters. I can't change yesterday. I can't fast forward to tomorrow, but I can represent this day with the best of my ability. And that is what I am intentionally doing, trying, doing. I'll just say doing. I'm speaking things as though they are, because they are. I am doing it. Okay, yes. All right. So as I'm there, I'm listening to this um, meditation, and then I just begin to close my eyes and accept that I am safe. Everything's fine. I am safe. And so I close my eyes, I start breathing, and I can feel myself relaxing. And I started seeing my feet, my toes become roots, you know, and start digging into the ground. I know it sounds weird to some of y'all, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Go with me, okay? So they became roots, and they were thick, and it branched out and became even more and more to, show me that I was fully supported. And even though the branches intertwined, they did not throw off each other's growth. They all had their own room to grow, they all had their path to walk. Everything was connected, but it just kept branching out, becoming more and more to give me even more support. And then I saw my limbs becoming branches, thick branches, and then it kind of crossed up into this, and another tree connected with me, and then we crossed into this and connected with more trees and more trees, and all these people became trees and connections, and like the ones our ancestors, the ones we've lost, they were more so toward the top of the tree, kind of like where all the wisdom was. And before I know it, I looked around and I didn't see many straggling leaves, branches, trees, none of that. It was like one big old tree, one big people, because we are all related, and we really are. We're really all related, especially if you believe that we all came from God. We are related, okay? Doesn't matter your shade, doesn't matter your race, whatever you want to call your limitation, whatever you want to call you. And the reason I say limitation is because you're more than just that. You are so much more than that. There is greatness in you. There are gifts inside of you that only you can display to this world. I know you may think the market is saturated with what you have to offer, but it's not. Because if it's something that you have to offer, then it's only you that can offer it. There is no saturation for what you can offer. Okay. So, anywho, these trees, right, they were showing me that, we're all connected. And I was seeing some trees that was really dark bark. I saw some that had the brown bark. I saw some that were green. Saw some that didn't really have bark at all. And yet they were all connected. It was like the trees understood that the connection was more powerful than the differences. It didn't matter how thick it was or how thin the next tree was standing next to it. It didn't matter. The trees, the roots, everything connected. And that is what I know it just sounds crazy, but the way my mind operates, it can be like that. That's why you got to read my books, because my mind is, baby, I enjoy the gift God gave me. It is such a great gift to be able to travel in your mind to these different places that you don't know if it exists. You just made it up, but somehow, some kind of way, it becomes a thing. Everything in this world started from what someone imagined. Imagination is super powerful, super powerful. And I'm imagining the connection. I'm imagining that. And I know that it's going to happen. More and more people are going to understand that we are better off connected than we are fighting differences. We are all different for a reason. That's how the world operates successfully, is when we all can embrace each other differences, as long as it's not hurting anyone. We can embrace the differences. We can embrace the love. It's more people out here loving than hating, but what's being pushed is the difference. What's being pushed is division. What's being pushed is mechanisms. What's being pushed is not love. But I want you to know that I love you for real. And you saying, how can I love you? Well, if people can hate you for no reason at all, simply by what you look like, truly I could love you without having even seen you at all. Just love the thought of you. Just love what you present to this world. Love your greatness. Love your gift. I love you. I'm rooting for you to have the most successful experience here on this earth. Because we only got this one human experience, okay? So we got to make the most of it. Once again, I am Ahava, and this is Affirmations with Ahava. I hope you've enjoyed this little story. I know it's kind of weird, but hey, I love you. I'm rooting for you. Don't judge me. All right. Have a good one.